Hi everyone, this is Magesh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Civil Engineering Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology, Kanyakumari. In this video, we are discuss about airport layout. So before going to see the layout, what is an airport? It is a location where aircraft such as fixed wing aircraft, helicopters, and blimp take off and land. Aircraft may be stored or maintained at an airport. An airport consists of at least one surface, such as runway for a plane to take off and land, a helipad or water for takeoffs and landings, and often includes buildings such as control towers, hangars, and terminal buildings. So these are the components of airport layout. So the figure shows the layout of an airport. So that black shaded shows the runway. Next, this side terminal area in between apron. So the path connecting the runway and apron terminal area is called as taxiway. Then terminal area, parking area also available, and control tower, hangar, etc. are should be located in the airport layout. So main components of airport layout such as runway, terminal building, apron, taxiway, aircraft stand, hangar, control tower, and parking. So what is runway? A runway is the area where an aircraft lands or takes off. It can be grass or packed dirt or a hard surface such as asphalt or concrete. Runways have special markings on them to help a pilot in the air to tell that it is a runway and not a road, and to help them when they are landing or taking off. Runway markings are white in color. Most runways have numbers on the end. The number is the runway's compass direction. For example, a runway numbered 36 would be pointing north or 360 degrees. Some airports have more than one runway going in the same direction, so they add letters to the end of the number: R for right, C for center, and L for left. The other end of the runway is pointing in the opposite direction, so it gets a different number. The runway called 36 would be called 18 for 180 degrees if you were looking at it from the other end. Also, runways may have other marking besides the end number on them. They may have white strip down the middle of them and solid white lines on the edges. The most important thing for you to remember about a runway is that it is meant for aircraft use, so you should never drive your vehicle on it unless you are authorized to do so. The next component, terminal building. This figure shows the image of a runway in a typical layout. So terminal building, also known as airport terminal. These buildings are the spaces where passengers board or alight from flights. These building houses all the necessary facilities for passengers to check in their luggage, clear the custom, and have lounges to wait before disembarking. The terminals can house cafes, lounges, and bars to serve as waiting areas for passengers. Ticket counters, luggage check-in or transfer, security checks, and custom are the basics of all airport terminals. Large airports can have more than one terminal that are connected to one another through linked ways such as walkways, sky bridges, or trams. Smaller airports usually have only one terminal that houses all the required facilities. So this figure shows the terminal building, that is the departure area side, and this arrival area of terminal building. Generally, domestic airport has some limited facilities in terminal building, and in international airport it will be higher. Next, apron. Aprons are the areas where the aircraft park. Aprons are also sometimes called ramps. They vary in size from areas that may hold 5 or 10 small planes to the very large areas that the major airports have. Unlike the runways or taxiways, vehicles can use apron. Your work may require you to drive on an apron. If so, be very careful in these areas. Watch out for aircraft that are moving and yield the right of way to them. Don't assume the pilot will see you and stop. He or she may be busy with other things like radio communications or checking the aircraft instrument. Every year, there are many accidents involving vehicles and aircraft that result in property damage, personal injury, and in some cases, death. So don't let this happen to you. Your airport executive director has established rules for driving a vehicle on the airport. Get a copy and read and obey them. The rules are there for your safety as well as the safety of the aircraft pilot and for the passengers. The figure shows the apron. Apron is just the area, not included the planes, buildings or any vehicle. Next, taxiway. It is a path on an airport connecting runways with ramps, hangars, terminals, and other facilities. They mostly have hard surface such as asphalt or concrete, although smaller airports sometimes use gravel or grass for their taxiway. Next, aircraft stand. A portion of an apron designated as a taxiway and intended to provide access to aircraft stands only. So the following images shows the taxiway and the aircraft stand. And finally, control tower. A tower at an airfield from which air traffic is controlled by radio and observed physically and by radar. And parking. Parking is a specific area of airport at which vehicles park. So parking is airside area specified for aircraft parking and the landside area for passengers vehicle parking and the airport staff parking. So these are the layout and their components of an airport. Thank you.